Hello students, it's me, Miss Yanni. Glad to meet you. Today's topic is... One moment please. While I was talking, my phone rang. Or I can say, when my phone rang, I was talking. This is what you are going to learn in this video. Past continuous tense with the connectors while and when. Stay focused and try to keep up. Unit 5. Past continuous tense with conjunctions when and while. Past continuous tense talks about a continuing action or state that was happening at some point in the past. Past continuous tense menceritakan tentang aksi yang terjadi di masa lampau. Namun, aksi tersebut belum selesai dilakukan atau masih dalam proses. For example, I was taking a bath yesterday. Saya sedang mandi kemarin. The children were playing in the park last week. Anak-anak sedang bermain di taman minggu lalu. The patterns for past continuous tense. Positive form. Subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object. Dalam kalimat positif, subjek diikuti oleh was atau were, kemudian verb ing dan object. For example, you were studying for your test last night. Kamu sedang belajar untuk ujian kamu semalam. John was walking his dog yesterday. John sedang membawa anjingnya jalan-jalan kemarin. Negative form. Subject plus was or were plus not plus verb ing plus object. Dalam kalimat negatif, subjek diikuti oleh was atau were, kemudian not, kemudian verb ing dan object. For example, you were not studying for your test last night. Kamu tidak sedang belajar untuk ujian kamu semalam. John was not walking his dog yesterday. John tidak sedang membawa anjingnya jalan-jalan kemarin. Interrogative form. Was or were plus subject plus verb ing plus object and question mark. Dalam kalimat tanya, diawali oleh was atau were, kemudian subject, kemudian verb ing dan object. Jangan lupa tanda tanya. For example, were you studying for your test last night? Apakah kamu sedang belajar untuk ujian kamu semalam? Was John walking his dog yesterday? Apakah John sedang membawa anjingnya jalan-jalan kemarin? Remember, students, subject I, he, she, it are used with was. Subject I, he, she, dan it digunakan dengan was. Subject you, we, and they are used with were. Subject you, we, dan they digunakan dengan were. This tense is often used to describe something that was happening in the past, while another action interrupted it. Tense ini sering digunakan untuk menggambarkan aksi yang sedang berlangsung di masa lampau, di mana aksi tersebut akan disela oleh aksi yang lain. The interrupted action is always in simple past form. Aksi yang menyela ini selalu berbentuk simple past. These two actions are linked by the conjunctions when or while in the sentence. Di dalam kalimat, kedua aksi ini dihubungkan oleh kata penghubung when atau while. For example, while I was sleeping, my phone rang. Ketika saya sedang tidur, telepon saya berbunyi. The first action is I was sleeping. It is then interrupted by the second action, that is, my phone rang. Aksi yang pertama terjadi adalah saya sedang tidur, I was sleeping. Kegiatan ini atau aksi ini belum selesai dilakukan, kemudian disela oleh aksi yang kedua, yaitu my phone rang, telepon saya berbunyi. Another example, when John met his old friend, he was walking to school. Ketika John bertemu dengan teman lamanya, dia sedang berjalan ke sekolah. The first action is John was walking to school. It is then interrupted by the second action, that is, John met his old friend. Aksi yang pertama terjadi adalah John sedang berjalan ke sekolah. Kegiatan John berjalan belum siap dilakukan, kemudian disela oleh aksi yang kedua, yaitu John bertemu dengan teman lamanya. John met his old friend. The point is, you must know, you must understand which action comes first and which is the interrupted action. Then, you will know which of these two actions should be in past form and which one should be in past continuous form. Intinya, kamu harus bisa membedakan yang mana aksi yang pertama terjadi dan yang mana aksi yang menyela. Maka, kamu akan tahu kalimat mana yang menggunakan simple past form dan kalimat mana yang menggunakan bentuk past continuous. How to use when or while. simply saying, we use while before the past continuous tense. We use when before the simple past tense. Secara sederhana, kita menggunakan while sebelum past continuous tense. Kita menggunakan when sebelum simple past tense. For example, while Mary was watering the plants, she saw a little snake. Ketika Mary sedang menyiram tanaman, dia melihat seekor ular kecil. After a while, there comes past continuous tense. Mary was watering. Sesudah while, tense yang mengikutinya adalah past continuous tense. Mary was watering. Now, let's take a look at the next example. When Mary saw a little snake, she was watering the plants. In the sentence, I reversed the position of two tenses, and I used when instead of while, because the following sentence is in simple past form. Dengan kalimat yang sama, saya membalikkan kedua tenses menjadi when Mary saw a little snake, she was watering the plants. Dalam kalimat ini, kata when yang digunakan, bukan while, karena sesudah when, tense yang mengikutinya adalah simple past tense. Mary saw. Example number 2. Their mother called the boys while they were watching TV. In the brackets, no comma is needed. We use while before past continuous tense, they were watching TV. Here, a comma is not needed because while is not placed in the beginning of the sentence. Dalam kalimat ini, while diletakkan di tengah kalimat. Walau begitu, sesudah while tetaplah diikuti oleh past continuous tense. They were watching TV. Untuk kalimat seperti ini, tanda koma tidak diperbolehkan. The next one, the boys were watching TV when their mother called them. In the brackets, no comma is needed. We use when before simple past tense. Mother called them. Here, a comma is also not needed. Sama halnya dengan contoh di atas, when diletakkan di tengah kalimat. Walau begitu, when tetap diikuti oleh simple past tense. Mother called them. Dan ingat, tanda koma tidak diperbolehkan. So, simply saying, no comma is needed if while or when is placed in the middle of the sentence. Secara sederhana, koma tidak diperbolehkan ketika while atau when diletakkan di tengah kalimat. Time to do your exercises, students. Open page 19, exercise 11. Read the instruction. Fill in the blanks with the past continuous tense of the verbs in the brackets. Isilah dengan kata kerja bentuk past continuous tense. Ingat untuk menggunakan rumus yang telah saya berikan. Remember to use the patterns given. Let's see number 1. When I phoned my friends, they blank. In the brackets, watch TV. The subject is they. Therefore, I use were and plus ing to the verb watch. Karena subjeknya adalah they, saya menggunakan were dan menambahkan ing pada kata kerja watch. The answer is were watching. Number 2. Yesterday at 6, I blank. In the brackets, prepare dinner. The subject is I, so I use was and plus ing to the verb prepare. Karena subjeknya adalah I, maka saya menggunakan was dan menambahkan ing pada kata kerja prepare. The answer is was preparing. Try to do the rest of the questions in your books properly. Open page 20, exercise 12. Read the instructions. Fill in the blanks with the past continuous tense and change the sentences into negative forms and questions. Isilah dengan kata kerja bentuk past continuous tense dan ubahlah kalimat tersebut ke dalam kalimat negatif dan kalimat tanya. Do the exercises based on the patterns given. Kerjakan latihan sesuai dengan rumus yang telah saya berikan. Number 1. Henry blank in London last year. In the brackets, live. The subject is Henry, so I use was and plus ing to the verb live. The answer is was living. For the negative sentence, untuk kalimat negatif, Henry was not. Tambahkan not sesudah was. I repeat, Henry was not living in London last year. Untuk kalimat tanya, put was before the subject. Awali dengan kata was. Was Henry, I repeat, was Henry living in London last year? Number 2. Anita blank at the restaurant last week. In the brackets, work. Anita was working. I repeat, the answer is Anita was working at the restaurant last week. The negative sentence, Anita was not. Tambahkan not sesudah was. I repeat, Anita was not working at the restaurant last week. Question. We put was before the subject Anita. Was diletakkan di depan kalimat. Was Anita working at the restaurant last week?
do the rest of the questions, students. Now open page 21. Exercise 13. Read the instruction. Fill in the blanks with the connectors when or while. Isilah dengan kata penghubung when atau while. Remember to use the rules. Ingat untuk menggunakan aturannya. While is followed by past continuous tense and when is followed by simple past tense. While diikuti oleh past continuous tense, sedangkan when diikuti oleh simple past tense. Let's see number 1. Blank. Tom was reading. Emily was watching documentary on TV. Look at the sentence, Tom was reading. Lihatlah kalimat Tom was reading. Tom was reading adalah bentuk past continuous tense. Oleh karena itu, kita menggunakan while. Number 2. Nobody was listening. Blank. The teacher was explaining the tenses. Look at the sentence. The teacher was explaining. Itu adalah bentuk past continuous tense. Oleh karena itu, kita menggunakan while. Number 3. I was having dinner. Blank. I suddenly heard a loud bang. Look at the sentence, I suddenly heard. Itu adalah bentuk simple past tense. Oleh karena itu, kita menjawabnya dengan kata when. Please do the rest of the questions. I believe you can do them, students. This is the end of our video. Remember, students, always review your lessons at home. Thank you for watching. See you.